Now the Tiger Moth is a very easy aircraft to fly, but it's a very difficult aircraft to fly well. And it was for this reason that it's taught the pilots how to be very precise in their controlling of the aircraft, and equally showed us any tips that the pilots might have in there. Typically, the flying training for a battle equipment pilot would have been 1 year, or in fact 50 weeks, of which the first 8 to 12 weeks would have been on Tiger Moth. Now the aircraft itself was built to a RAF specification, and it was built first in 1931, with the last built in 1945. And amazingly, of the 8,600 the hardware, there's such legs in there. And they'll be holding off to me.
The Allison D1710 in place of the Twin Wasp, but soon the design developed into something more, and here we see just that. Later the Army Air Forces ordered the P-40 in April 1939. At the same time, they ordered small batches of the new Lockheed P-38 Lightning and the Bell P-39 Airacobra for test purposes, but they decided to order the P-40 in strength in part due to its commonality with the earlier P-36. Efficient, though the early P-40s were never the best performers, it must be said, and the type was not really what you'd choose as a high altitude fighter, but by the standards of the start of the war, it was long range, it was agile at low level, good handling quality, stable gun platform, and a very beautiful design. Attribute would stand the aircraft in very good stead when it came to some of the operational theatres in which P-40s really earned their spurs, the likes of the Eastern Front and the deserts. P-40C model, one of the earlier Pearl Harbor, the 7th of December 1941, that triggered the American entry into World War II. Just 25 of the P-40s that were stationed on Hawaii at the time the Japanese hit Pearl Harbor managed to survive those deadly strikes. The Soviet Union was an enthusiastic user of the P-40C as well. In fact, Britain supplied the USSR with its initial P-40Cs, the first American-built combat aircraft those were, to see service with the Soviets in World War II. North Africa and in the Middle East, flown by American, British, Australian and South African pilots. No fewer than 46 British and Commonwealth pilots made ace in the P-40. Achieved a bit of greater exposure on the UK and European display circuit. They've had a lot come through their hands. They've got 4 on strength now. The Hawk 75 that's parked out on the flight line is P-40C. They've got P-36, equivalent to the Hawk 75, and the Merlin engine P-40F as well. To them, the P-40M and the P-40B that the collection used to operate, which have now gone on to other owners, that it really has done a great deal to raise the profile of the Curtiss Hawk family, and quite rightly so. These were outstanding aircraft, even if they to some degree lack the cachet of some of the more famous fighters, as it were, of the Second World War. P-40C has an interesting history. It dates from 1941. It went to the Army Air Corps, the US Army Air Corps, that April, and served at Patterson Field in Ohio. Then it went to a unit that was based in Puerto Rico, where the aircraft flew on coastal patrols and anti-submarine patrols. Went back to natural metal silver scheme, which must be a nightmare to keep clean, but the Vice Collection engineers do a tremendous job of that, as well as everything else, is in fact that of a station hack aircraft that was based at Chinook Field in Kansas, used by senior officers in the early stages of World War II. Final pass then by the Fighter Collection's Curtiss P-40C. Beautifully flown display by an absolutely beautiful aircraft, arguably one of the prettiest of all the Curtiss Hawk family. no P-40s operation units were stationed at Duxford. It is one of the many types that came through here in wartime for evaluation by the RAF's Air Fighting Development Unit, which undertook particularly tactical development involving new frontline types coming into service. That's one of the many and varied units that was stationed at RAF Duxford during wartime. The AFDU was here from December 1914 to March 1943, and its naval equivalent was here for much of that time as well, the Naval Air Fighting Development Unit 787 Squadron of the Fleet Air Arm, which was the only Fleet Air Arm unit ever stationed at this airfield. Pete Kinsey, the chief pilot of the fighter collection, was at the controls of the P-40C, putting on one of his typically beautiful displays, as befits someone of great experience in warbirds, and also a former British aerobatic champion.
Ben, you were talking about Duxford's wartime history, and it is of course a very rich history, but there's a lot of misinformation about Duxford, largely due to the movie The Battle of Britain, where there's quite a dramatic scene where the airfield comes under attack from a German formation, and it was of course shot here at Duxford, and one of the hangars is blown up with I'm trying to find the right words, but you know, not quite as much as the pyrotechnics we're going to get later, but nonetheless a very impressive explosion. And because of that, there is this kind of a misunderstanding that Duxford was heavily bombed during the war, but of course it wasn't.
No, indeed, there was just one major Luftwaffe raid against this airfield on the 30th of August 1940 that did very little damage, it must be said, and there's more about that in the historic Duxford exhibition just behind the control tower of what used to be the station watch office. But yes, he's absolutely right, Duxford didn't really see a great amount of enemy attention during the Second World War. The Luftwaffe was, until they gave up on the attacks on the RAF and switched particularly to bombing raids against London, concentrating more on the number 11 group airfields in the southeast.